Hi, my name is Joanna Langford. I'm a physical therapist at Levine Cancer Institute, and this is Tom. He's assisting me today and going to be our patient. Today I'm going to discuss various types of assistive devices. Before we get started, depending on your insurance and which type of assistive device you're looking into, insurance may or may not pay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a wheelchair, getting out of a wheelchair. Definitely want to make sure that the brakes are locked before sitting down into the wheelchair or standing up. Before standing up, I'm going to get these leg rests out of the way, and these just swing out of the way with a little lever here. The wheelchair's already locked, and we're going to stand to this rolling walker. Already have a gait belt on Tom. So he's going to scoot to the edge of the chair, and then we're going to push up from the wheelchair, so hands on the wheelchair. I'm going to grab this gait belt I have around his waist, and on the count of 3, we'll stand up. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Again, standing, you can either use a gait belt or a belt, or you can use the back of the pants, but you definitely don't want to pull on arms. Same thing with walking. Make sure that you're not holding here while you're helping walk, because then you can have a tendency to pull at the shoulder, and you definitely don't want to do that. So let's turn to the side. And I'm going to talk about the height of the assistive device, so in this case the walker, but the same thing will go for the other assistive devices that we're going to talk about in a little bit. You want a slight bend in your elbow, so about 20 degrees. You don't want too much of a bend, and you don't want your arm completely straight. You can also let your arm hang, and then kind of at the crease or the bone here, the crease where your wrist bends is where you want the top of the walker to be. All right, you can go ahead and grab on, and then whenever you're walking, again, holding on to either their pants or the gait belt, which I have here. We'll start walking, and kind of want to stay within, let's think about there being an imaginary box or an imaginary line here, and kind of staying in that box. So we do not want to let the walker get too far in front so that he's leaning forward, bottom sticking out, anything like that. Again, we're going to kind of stay here. So as we move the walker, he stays inside the walker. All right, I'm going to let you stand here while I get the rollator. I'll just switch out. So again, same things with the rollator. You're going to want a little bit of a bend in the elbow, not too bent, not too straight. Same thing here, don't want the rollator to get too far in front. With the rollator, a couple of things to think about is how is the balance, and do they need a lot of unweighting through the assistive device? Because this does have 4 wheels and they swivel, it definitely can get out from underneath the patient a lot easier. So definitely something to keep in mind. So if they are very unsteady, this may not be the best bet. So yeah, I don't want it to get too far in front, and just kind of keeping it there. Several pros to the rollator are, if someone does have oxygen, it has a seat, and then different ones kind of have different things, different amenities, but this one you could put, if you had a small portable oxygen tank, could put it in there, or it can carry it here. This one also has brakes, and this can be used as a seat. Don't want to use it as like a wheelchair seat, but if walking and get tired, can definitely use it to sit and rest. So I'm going to demonstrate how you use the brakes. The brakes, just push down, push that one down, and then you can turn and sit. Again, this is not the brakes are not nearly as strong as, say, a wheelchair when you lock the brakes. So you might have to kind of be careful. It can still move a little bit, but it does have brakes and is fairly secure. Then to stand up, just gonna kind of stand up like you would from any other surface, and then we'll turn, and then we would unlock the brakes and then start walking again. If activity tolerance or endurance is one of the biggest barriers, this is really good because it can just allow someone to walk further, and again, it does provide a seat so that if they need to take a break, they can. Last thing we're going to discuss is a cane, so we'll get rid of the rollator and get the cane. So if there is a weak side, you want the cane on the opposite side than the weak side. So let's say right side is the weak side. We'll put the cane on the left. Same thing as far as height. So a little bit of a bend, not too much, not too straight. And then we'll move the cane with the right foot. So move the cane and the right foot at the same time, and then he'll step through with his left foot. And that's just the basics of these assistive devices. If there are any detailed questions or need further education, just ask the provider and get a referral for therapy. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. For more information, visit us online, send us an email, or give us a call. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are released. And most of all, be well.